Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, easier than the horn. Alright, so my name's Mackenzie, and this is the Top 5 Locals podcast. This is the first episode. Woohoo! We'll see how this goes. Alright, my guest today is Jacques Richet.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course. He is a member of the band Scream Mute Traffic. He's also done a number of other bands as well, including Greek Riots, the first iteration of Scream Mute Traffic.
I was in Modern Man for a while with Lucas Rogers. I played in a punk band when I was a teenager as well.
Yeah.
I do a lot of bookings as well I've started doing a lot of bookings as well for some touring bands. I've got a couple shows coming up that I've helped book.
Yeah, you've been really getting into that whole side of things, eh?
Yeah, and I also used to co-host and produce a radio show on CKUW called Static on the Prairies that had a focus on Manitoba art.
Which is what we're going for right now. So
it's always great to cover it.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess the first thing I should ask is, what are your influences in the Manitoba scene for music-wise?
Locally, I've got, quite a few. I guess with Screaming at Traffic, I look up to a lot of bands like Danger Cat, Bleed American, Distances, Clipwing. They're bands that have been around for a long time. Some of the older generation too. There was Personality Crisis was a big one. Just coming up in the punk rock scene, and
yeah.
Going to see all these shows at old venues like the Alberts and the Hemp Rock Cafe back when it was a thing, R.I.P. But yeah, I guess those are kind of some of my big influences. I know Danger Cat just finished. I went to their last show. It was great. I'm actually repping a Danger Cat shirt today, so...
Right on. There you go. So what are some of the shows that you've been going to lately?
I've gone to see a lot of Mobina Galore lately. They're a great local band. I absolutely love them, and Jenna and Marcia work really, really hard. They've had a lot of success coming out of Winnipeg. They've been touring with Pennywise again, or they have an upcoming tour with Pennywise. They've toured with Against Me. They've toured with the Penske File down to Fest in Florida and stuff. I've also been checking out a lot of Tusk, Soulhounds, Moontan, Silence Kit. Not quite punk rock, but a little more on the rock, grungy. Well, and then Moontan's kind of a Rush, classic rock
hairband type thing. Yeah.
But I've been seeing a lot of those shows lately, and then basically whatever punk shows I can manage to make it out to, I try and go see.
Right on. Yeah, Moontan's been doing crazy lately.
Yeah, they do great work, great music. They're all I don't even know, they're prodigies of their instruments, each one of them,
Yeah. So do you have a favorite venue that you like to play?
I do like playing the Cavern.
Well, that's where you got brought up, basically.
Yeah, a lot of shows at the Cavern down in Osborne. It's just a nice intimate venue, Yeah. But I've also had a lot of really good shows at the Park Theatre and the Goodwill as well. They're bigger stages. They have phenomenal sound setups, great rooms.
Yeah, the sound in the Cavern is kind of overwhelming sometimes.
It can be, but like I said, I just love the intimate setting of it, right? You're right in the crowd's right in my face. I'm right in the crowd's face. It's a lot of fun. So.
Oh yeah.
I guess to answer your question, I can't really nail a specific venue down.
Well, yeah, but yeah. So do you have any shows that are coming up right now?
We do. I'm not sure when this is actually going to come out, but on February 28th, we have a show with Greg Rikas, and his backing band, The Inside Job, and Trampoline at the Windsor, which is always great. Greg's always on the road, so it's always nice to be able to, catch him, and it's great to be able to actually play with him this time.
Yeah.
And then we actually leave on tour March 16th. We're doing a Western Canadian tour. We're going to be gone for 2 weeks. We're going all the way to Victoria and back. And then we're doing our homecoming show at the Cavern, March 30th, with two local bands, The Uglies and Ceilings. So I'm really excited for that one.
Right on. And so what shows are you looking forward to in the local scene right now? Are there any that you got lined up that you're going to go see?
I really want to try and make it out. I'm going to be on the road, unfortunately, for their full release, but I know Soulhounds is going to be releasing doing a sneak preview release on the 15th, the Handsome Daughter, March 15th, that is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I said, on the 17th, I'm going to be in Calgary touring, but I really hope to make it out to that one.
Right on. And
there's actually a ton of shows happening in March while I'm gone that I'm really upset I'm missing, but I mean, I know that like Mobina and Pennywise are playing while we're gone. There's just a ton of stuff. There's some pretty cool Live at the Roslyn shows coming up as well that I'd like to check out. Like the Rippers, I believe, are the next one up, and then they've got Mobina Galore and Moontan at the end of the season as well.
Yeah. So you mentioned like festivals going on right now.
Yeah.
Depending on when this comes out.
Yeah. Either it's going on currently or just finished, depending on when you're watching this.
Yeah. So a lot of the bands that you just mentioned are actually playing at the festival. Is there any like music shows that you have like a goal of getting into at some point?
Like regarding
like events and like festivals, that kind of stuff.
I would absolutely love to play Festival. I grew up. Well, I am French. French is one of my first languages. I'm like fully bilingual. So when I was going to school in St. Boniface, Festival was a huge deal. I used to go with my parents all the time when I was like a younger kid. And then I started going again as an adult and I've been having a blast there. It would just be great to play Festival. I mean, like, I have pipe dreams as well. Like, playing the Folk Fest would be, like, an amazing dream. But I very much doubt that they'll ever accept, like, a full-on punk band.
No, maybe a Big Blue.
Maybe. We'd have to get a little dancier, I think, to do that. But, yeah, I mean, any local festival really would be just amazing and an honor to be a part of, like the Fringe Fest, Jazz Fest. Again, I know that like the genre that we play doesn't exactly lend itself to that necessarily, but
well, I don't know. You guys are on the cusp of not necessarily like you are punk, but you could be shuffled into other genres if need be for like classification for different festivals.
Absolutely. I mean, like, we've played a lot of shows that weren't necessarily, like, strictly punk rock, you know? I was on Witch Police a couple days ago, and I was saying that, like, I would never turn down a show because of the genre, and I don't know very many people within Winnipeg that would.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain things, like, obviously Screaming at Traffic might not go super well with, like, a singer-songwriter or shoegaze, well, depending on the singer-songwriter.
Or electronic.
Yeah, like electronic or shoegaze might not mesh as well. But I mean, any, like, guitar, drum, bass, people yelling or singing into a mic, I mean, sign me up.
Yeah, for sure. So which shows are you doing on your tour? What are the cities you're hitting?
We've got a pretty full schedule on this tour. On the 16th, we're going to be in Regina with a couple local bands. I'm just going to go ahead and say right off the bat that we're playing with a ton of really, really great local acts in each city. We've really lined up each one.
Yeah, there's a lot to list.
There's a lot to list, so I might not actually name all the bands, but you can go check us out on Facebook and stuff and check out the poster. I highly recommend you check out a lot of the bands that we're playing with. But the 16th, we're in Regina, which is the first show of the tour, and then we're going to be in Calgary on the 17th. We're taking part of a jam night on Sunday in Red Deer. On Monday, we're in Edmonton doing this thing called Rockin' for Dollars, where it's like 8 bands. They go up, they play like 20-minute sets, use a back line. It's always a lot of fun. That's a good way to spend a Monday as well. Tuesday's going to be probably a day off. We're going to basically just drive to Golden and see if they want somebody to play that night, and if not, we're just going to stay in Golden. Then the 21st, we're playing in Abbotsford. The 22nd, we're going to be in Victoria. The 23rd, Vancouver. 24th, Kelowna. 25th in Nelson. The 26th, which is another Monday, we're going to take the day off because it's a long haul drive from Nelson back to Alberta.
Yeah, and that's a long stint of shows in a row.
Yeah, so the Monday we're going to be taking off. Tuesday we're playing in Edmonton, a full show. We've got a 4-band bill. Then we're doing a Rockin' for Dollars in Calgary, which is like the same deal as Edmonton. They're all run actually by like the same group.
Oh, that's cool.
They have one in Edmonton, they have one in Calgary, and they have one in Halifax. And then the Thursday we're playing in Saskatoon for the first time. And then that Friday we're home and we play the Cavern with the Uglies and Ceilings.
Right on. Sweet. Well, thank you, Jacques, for coming on the show. I know it's a short one, but that's what we like here.
Just short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, exactly. So you can catch Jacques in the Screaming Traffic at where was it again?
You can find us on
Windsor.
Oh yeah, at the Windsor on the 28th.
28th, yeah, with Greg Rikas, and then Screaming Traffic on Facebook, Instagram, all over the place.
Yeah, our Screaming. It's all the tag is all at Screaming at Traffic Music for Facebook and Instagram. Twitter for some reason doesn't let you have a name that long. So on Twitter we're S.A.T Music MB. But yeah, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Bandcamp as well.
Yeah.
And
they do have merch, so bring money.
We do. Please do. Please.
They need money for gas to get out to Victoria.
That's right.
All right. So this is Top 5 Locals signing off.